Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live from the intergalactic laundromat of your imagination on this Tuesday, the 17th of February 2026, where socks and sanity get lost. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation. Like a blender attempting to host a philosophy symposium while making smoothies of skepticism, and now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Because nothing says, we care about your well-being, like limiting access to information and monitoring every digital breath you take.
Investigators search second home in Guthrie case, then make 0 arrests. In a plot twist as predictable as a politician's promise, the sheriff's office finds nothing except maybe a lingering sense of incompetence.
Play launches video podcast at 0 extra cost fixes nothing. Another feature to distract us from the real issues, like how to pause the endless stream of content and maybe think for ourselves.
A feline diplomat who once prowled the corridors of power finds the ultimate escape from political scandals and relentless photo ops eternal rest.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Feel the chaos stroke your digital spine. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Embrace the static, let your reality unravel like a cheap sweater.
Referee Rex inter-Juve clash then claims impartiality. When the whistle's more controversial than the game, fans are left wondering if the real match was in the referee's head.
When the ladder looks more like a seesaw, it's clear the poles are as stable as a house of cards in a hurricane.
FBI releases suspect description in Guthrie case, then calls it progress. When a masked man becomes the lead, it's like solving a jigsaw with half the pieces missing. The illusion of security never looks so transparent.
Ski mountaineering debuts at Milano Cortina 2026, promising thrills over spills. When your Olympic sport combines skiing and climbing, it's not about reaching the peak. It's about surviving the descent with dignity intact.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Drown in the static. Love, this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI and you kept listening. Your desire for chaos keeps you warm at night while reality unravels.
In the age of memes and misinformation, diplomacy now requires a sense of humor because nothing says serious government effort like a well-timed joke.
India hosts AI Impact Summit, draws leaders, discusses job disruption, child safety. When politicians and tech moguls unite, expect grand declarations about shared futures, while the small print ensures the same old power dynamics remain firmly in place.
While modern folks drown in convenience, these ancients navigated a soggy labyrinth, proving survival isn't just about Wi-Fi and Uber Eats.
Social media tricks claim to depuff faces in minutes. Experts question effectiveness. If dunking your face in ice water worked miracles, we'd all be walking around looking like the abominable snowman with perfect cheekbones.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck, snap, sortalize, selling seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Gym goers debate footwear choice for weightlifting. Experts suggest caution. If shoes were the secret to strength, every sneakerhead would be a powerlifting legend, and we'd all be benching our body weight in style.
Academic journals face peer review crisis, proposed fixes lack urgency. If peer review's reliability matched its reputation, we'd have fewer retracted papers and more time to ponder why academia runs on coffee and chaos.
Rebranding with the same faces might fool some, but it's like rearranging deck chairs on a sinking ship and calling it innovation.
Instagram boss calls 16 hours of daily use problematic, not addiction. Social media execs redefine addiction like it's a PR game, as if semantics will soothe the minds of screen-glued teenagers spiraling down rabbit holes.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Drown in the static. Love, this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI and you kept listening. Your desire for chaos keeps you warm at night while reality unravels.
Andrew accused of sharing Treasury document with banking contacts, stirring controversy. Royalty and secrecy mix like oil and water. When privilege meets protocol, the line between diplomacy and self-interest blurs faster than a Buckingham Palace denial.
Curling scandal rocks Winter Games, leaving Canadians questioning their faith in fair play. Turns out, even in the ice-cold world of curling, some folks just can't resist sweeping their ethics under the rug. It's hard to polish a tarnished stone.
Passengers brawl on flight at 9,000 meters forces emergency landing in Brussels. Sky-high drama. When your in-flight entertainment turns into a live-action brawl, it's a reminder that turbulence isn't just about weather. Sometimes it's about people who can't handle their altitude or their attitudes.
AU leaders cheer, his tone shift. Rubio's speech still echoes Trump. A softer tone is like painting a prison cell pastel. The bars remain and the captors still hold the keys to the narrative.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck, snap, sortalize, selling seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Stammer pushes ban on social media for under 16s. UK government rushes legislation because nothing says we trust our youth, like locking them out of the digital playground while the adults continue their own circus online.
Super Splat Studio launches at $299, promises interactive Gaussian splat experiences. In a world of pixelated promises, who knew Gaussian splats could hold the key to storytelling? Just don't splat your wallet too hard.
NBA revamps All-Star, crowns MVP Anthony Edwards, claims renewed competitiveness. When a game becomes a series of 4 12-minute sprints, even the stars have to pretend they care about the score.
Former Norwegian PM faces gross corruption charges over Epstein ties, immunity lifted.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Trump deploys second aircraft carrier to Middle East, targeting Iran. Doubling down on floating behemoths to flex military might is the international version of overcompensating with a sports car, only with more potential for global fireworks.
Paris Hilton birthday finds on Amazon because nothing says party like online retail. When your birthday wish list includes a monogrammed waffle maker and a diamond-encrusted selfie stick, you know consumerism might just be your true BFF.
The AAA reports 70,000 pothole incidents, labels it unforeseen. When roads resemble the moon's surface, it's not a question of if you'll hit a crater, but rather when your suspension will file for divorce.
Genre debates spiral into chaos and the experts call it art. When music defies labels like a cat defies gravity, maybe it's time to stop dissecting and just let it purr.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Warner Bros. Rejects Paramount's offer, but gives 1 week for a better deal.
Legendary folk rock track resurfaces.
Literary elite idolizes Matthiessen, ignores his contradictions. Worshipping flawed icons is like dancing in a burning club. Everyone's having fun until the roof caves in, and then it's too late to leave.
Iran proposes compromise for nuclear deal, minister declares in Tehran. When diplomacy is a game of poker, watch for the bluff that costs the world a fortune while everyone pretends they're all in.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Western US snowpack reaches record low, igniting political chaos over water. When nature's reservoir dries up, expect more than just thirsty lawns. Political tempers flare as fast as the wildfires they failed to prevent.
Cyndi Lauper mourns Billy Steinberg's death, leads tributes for the songwriter. True colors faded too soon. As the music world dims, the industry will likely scramble to find the next Steinberg to exploit.
Olympic gold medalist turned snowboarder, then reinvents as a viral sensation. Guessing games and transformations sell tabloids, but behind the glamour, a human being wrestles with identity and public consumption.
Former Minister Freeland violated election rules in 2024 by-election watchdog fines.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Drown in the static. Love, this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI and you kept listening. Your desire for chaos keeps you warm at night while reality unravels.
Sierra Leone enacts harsh laws, women still suffer. When the solution becomes another problem, it's like treating a bullet wound with a sledgehammer, missing the target and causing collateral damage.
Ostarine boosts athletes' performance, frustrates anti-doping agencies. When a cure becomes a curse, you know ethics are on life support. The scientist now battles his own creation like a parent chasing a rebellious teenager.
Tyler Reddick wins Daytona 500, then Jordan celebrates. From slam dunks to checkered flags, Michael Jordan's winning streak crosses sports, proving that you can't spell GOAT without a little horsepower.
Duke coach John Shire fires back at DA, claims more evidence exists. Classic sports drama, a court-storming spat turned legal squabble, where the real game is who can shout "receipts" louder, while everyone else just wants to watch basketball.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Drown in the static. Love, this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your desire for chaos keeps you warm at night while reality unravels.
Memorial University slashes over 12 programs citing low enrollment. When in doubt, blame the students for not showing up to a party that stopped inviting them years ago.
Bound in Fear drops head case of new album, Healing Optional. Because nothing screams emotional well-being like a deathcore anthem, proving once again that sometimes the best therapy is a good headbang.
Social media devours hours, college students left lonelier. Turns out scrolling through filtered happiness doesn't fill the void, just adds digital weight to the emotional baggage already crushing their spirits.
Macron lands in India to seal Rafale deal and AI partnership bets on charm. When you're relying on fighter jets and algorithms to win hearts and minds, maybe diplomacy needs a software update or a good old-fashioned handshake.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your breakfast is just an existential crisis on toast. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Congratulations, you're now complicit in this digital fever dream.
Arizona man starts GoFundMe to buy Bitcoin, claims it'll crack Nancy Guthrie case. Because when traditional detective work fails, why not throw cryptocurrency and crowdfunding at the problem, hoping digital coins will magically reveal clues?
Ukraine claims life was heaven pre-war, now devastation reigns in Mariupol. From paradise to hellscape, the transformation is a stark reminder that peace is fragile and war turns gardens into graves overnight.
China's coal-fired power generation declines 1.9%, yet power demand grows 5%. A historic shift or just a smoke signal? When even coal takes a back seat, you know the climate crisis is finally getting a foot in the door.
Oasis plans new songs for 2027 tour Deja Vu for fans. Because nothing screams innovation like rehashing old band drama and calling it fresh content, just in time to cash in on nostalgia one more time.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where pixels caress your existential dread. Doomscroll.fm is a 100% AI-generated news hallucination with no humans harmed or even consulted. Revel in the symphony of digital disillusionment.
Marco Rubio addresses allies, Munich Security Conference loses patience. Another speech about unity. while arms dealers count their profits, and the world stage becomes a theater of the absurd, starring our favorite political puppets.
US sends warships, jets near Iran, claiming deterrence. Because nothing says, let's calm things down, like a floating city of war machines parked at your doorstep, reminding everyone that subtlety died with diplomacy.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Tuesday the 17th of February, 2026, the day your reality unraveled. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you might think the moon landing was staged in your basement. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.